Hello, guys. I'm so sorry for my tardiness. I was attempting to connect to Instagram Live, and yeah, I guess it's a little bit more to it than I thought. But happy Sunday and good evening to everyone. Let me see here. It was telling me to do something. But tonight's topic, can your business thrive during a digital outage? Okay, we're going to talk about essential tips for resilience and success. Before I dive into it, introduce myself. My name is Bridget Elise Fullylove, and I am a Florida notary. I am the owner of Be Elise Notary Services as well as the Notary Education Group. Don't forget that if you are watching me today, that you should like the video if you enjoyed the video. And then don't forget to subscribe because obviously, if you subscribe, you will be notified whenever I do go live. All right. Let me see if I can open this on another and see if I can connect it. Yeah, okay. So let's see. How do you do this? Okay, it's going to show me. Mm, mm, wanted to. I guess I have to wait. That sucks. I wanted to do it right now, but it won't let me. Let's see here. Is it? Okay. Oh, I have to get a stream key. What about the other one? I have to get a stream key. So let's see. It says head to Instagram on desktop, create live. Click create live video. And a title, choose an audience, copy the stream key. Okay. So where do you do that at? Oh, create live and a title. Okay. Next. And then it says copy the stream key. Save. Please copy paste your stream key from Instagram. I did. What the hell? If there's anyone watching me, please drop into the comments. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Keep this room open. You will need to click on it after you go live on Streamer. Okay. That didn't work. That didn't work. Let me see. Business. All right. During a digital outage. Essential tips for resilience and success. Copy. paste. What am I getting here? Oh. Oops, nope, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to remove one. Okay, there we go. And then what? Interesting. All right, well, we're here now, so let's go ahead and talk. So, let me see, what day was it? Was it Friday or Thursday? So, okay. So Thursday, I had closing schedule as well as Friday. And on Thursday, I was unable to access my electronic journal. Okay. And so I was like, well, I did change my email. So maybe that's why I can't get into my electronic journal. So I'm trying to send myself a forget password link. So maybe I could change the password, and it wasn't working. So I went to the website, Jurat Inc. is the e-journal that I use, and they said that they had been trying to troubleshoot some slowness and intermittence, right? So some people may not be able to access their account. And so I was one of the people, and I'm like, I have two closings today back to back. I cannot afford to not be able to access my journal. So what I had to do was I had to write down the information from both closings on sticky notes. And then when the journal comes back up, I would just have to input it, which to me was not an ideal situation. I was kind of upset about it. But it got me to thinking, like, what would we do if digital was to just crash and we did not have access? Would our business be able to thrive? And this is a serious question. So, what would you do? Okay. Facebook has went down several times. Facebook and I think Instagram and Twitter, right? They've all went down a few times that we can know, that we are aware of. I mean, and what would you guys do? You can't market on social media. Google, I looked into it, and Google went down before, but it doesn't happen often as the Facebook one does, right? And so most people, they advertise their business using Google Business Profile, and then you market on, the social media platforms. I haven't known LinkedIn to go out or go down. So if you're marketing on LinkedIn, that's a good one. But we see we've gotten so accustomed to doing everything online that we forget that being totally digital is not as convenient as it sounds. All right. So for me, it was they put a message out, they emailed everyone. So they were having issues, or the issue was discovered on May 29th for the e-journal. So May 30th is the day that I could not get into my journal. Now, eventually during the day, sometime during that day, I was able to get into my journal, and I was able to input the information from my two closings, which I was very happy about. And I haven't had any issues since. So that's good too. But in their email, they told you, if you have any closings or any notarization appointments, that you should revert back to using a traditional journal, which is the paper journal, right? And I do have the paper journal. I didn't want to use it because I have been using my e-journal for a couple years, and I wasn't using Jurat ink for a couple years. I was using my own electronic journal that I made for myself, and I just started using Jurat ink, I believe, this year. But I do have a paper bound um, journal. This is the journal that I sell on Amazon, and I purchased this so that I can just have a copy of my own stuff, but never wanted to have to use it. So I was going to fill it out, but luckily the journal came too. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you guys is some different ways that you can still stay relevant and be able to market your business if you have a digital outage. Okay, or if we have a digital outage. You have the newspapers. When you look into the newspaper, or I've got a newspaper, I looked into it, I didn't see any notaries advertising their services. And you guys forget that a lot of the population that we serve still reads newspapers. Okay. So you should be advertising in newspapers. Many cities send out magazines. Okay. You should be listing your services in those magazines. Okay. Don't count out paper. Okay. You should still have brochures that you are sharing, postcards. Okay. Paper business cards. Like I said, as ideal as it is to be fully digital, it's not always as convenient as such for me, where my journal was down and I couldn't use it. Okay, so having that paper journal is definitely still a necessity. You don't want to get rid of it. Okay, now some other things that came across um, my, threshold, or so to speak, was notaries complaining. And I get it, guys. You want to have a safe space to where you can talk about some of the things that you encounter during, your notary business and doing notary work. And these notary groups are not the place to do it. They're just not. The reason being is because the people who are in the notary groups are not just notaries. They're people who hire notaries to do work. They're signing service owners. They're real estate agents who are looking for notaries to do work. And when you complain, it doesn't look good for you. And you don't want to be blackballed. And like I said, I get it. You like, well, where can I have a safe space to talk about my frustrations about the business? Um, that's where you have the notary chats. Okay. The notary messenger chat groups, those are better than just the Facebook group. Okay. Because with the Facebook group, it gets saved and people see that, and it goes to their email and things like that. But on the Facebook messengers, it's not like that. It will be really difficult for a person to go back to see what you posted versus Facebook groups. Okay, all you gotta do is type it into the search and bam, it pops up. It's not like that in Facebook Messenger. So if you're a part of a Facebook Messenger group where you can share your frustrations and talk, that's cool. Also, too, in the very beginning when I created my notary education group support group, it wasn't called the notary education group. It was called Notary Basics, I think. New Notary Basics, I think is what it was called in the beginning. And I encourage people to buddy up with other notaries in your area. Buddy up, get a buddy system so that you guys can have a group chat amongst each other and you guys can talk about your frustrations. I have notary friends, I have a buddy system, and we talk. We talk and we express our frustrations, and it doesn't have to be saved on a public platform. You know what I'm saying? So that people can look and be like, "Oh, you complained about that." Okay. So it just looks bad. So you don't want to do that. Okay. So be careful with complaining in these Facebook groups. All right. Now, I had a signing that needed to be done ASAP because it was already done and the notary could not print the documents the way that the company wanted them to. So they were looking for another notary who could, and I accepted the signing. So I called the signer and they're like, "Oh, so and so is not coming back." And I was like, "Well, I'm not sure of who else was scheduled with you, but I end up getting your information, and I am just calling to confirm that you'll be available at the day and time they gave me at the address that they listed." And they said yes. So I get there, and they're really nice and everything. They're like, "Did you print the documents out right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And he was like, "Oh, the other notary did not print the documents out right." And so we had signed the documents already, and we end up having to sign them again. And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm so sorry to hear that. I apologize for that, but I'm here now. So we're going to go ahead and get started." So he said that he spoke to the other notary, and the other notary had expressed to them that she was very upset with the company that hired her and that she would never do work for them again and that they're terrible, and just like really just complained about the company that hired her to these signers. And that's not a good look, guys, because as close as you think that you may be to the signers, they don't really care about you. You complain, they're going to just tell the people they were working with that you were complaining. And then guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be the notary that they want working on their appointments anymore. So you're blackballing yourself. All right. So we don't want to do that. No matter how disgruntled you are with the people who hired you, or how frustrated you are with, the last minute, whatever happened, keep it to yourself. All right. Or talk to your notary buddy, or, in your group chat or whatever you have going on. But the signers are not the ones that you want to express your frustrations to. Okay. So we don't want to do that. All right. So next, hold on. I would love to hear some of the real life situations that you guys have encountered where you had a digital outage and you had to improvise, or where you did have some frustrations that you expressed and you end up sharing them on a platform that wasn't ideal. Or do you have a notary buddy that you can talk to and link up with from time to time? Let me know in the comments. Also, let's talk about new courses. And I touched on this a little bit in the last video that I did, but we have a lot of new courses coming about that people are just coming up with. And some of them are free, some of them are not. But I don't want you guys to get stuck in learn mode, okay? Because that's happening a lot. People are acquiring all these skills and not being able to use them. Okay. And that's a scary thing. You want to get out there, you want to build your clientele. Okay. And the only way you're going to build your clientele is by getting out there physically and meeting people face to face in person. Okay. Don't get stuck behind the computer or behind your phone thinking that you're going to reach people and build genuine relationships that way, because that's not how that works. You have to go to networking events. I've talked about this in many different videos. Go to the networking events. The networking events are occurring all times of the day, every day. Okay. And you just have to find them. You have your Facebook groups that have them. You have your city that will advertise they're doing stuff in the city or the county. And then don't forget Eventbrite. Okay. Eventbrite is where I find a lot of my um, network events. Okay. And they happen, like I said, all throughout the day. If you're a part of a chamber of commerce, they have events all the time as well. I'm a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce in West Palm Beach. I think it's West Palm Beach County Black Chamber of Commerce. But yeah, I'm a part of that commerce, and they're always having events. I never really get a chance to join them, but I have attended two, and that was last year. When I attended one, but it was more of a learning event. So it was really cool, actually. I learned a lot. But you want to definitely get out there and meet people, and you have to build up your clientele. Okay. Being a notary is not something that is going to happen overnight for you. Okay. Just because you became a notary does not mean that you're going to start getting business right away. When people search for notaries, they're not searching on your state website, which is where you will be listed, showing that you were commissioned. They don't search there. When you sign up on these signing platforms, the people who hire notaries, they don't get a notification saying a new notary just signed up. Okay, so you have to not only sign up with signing order, but the different signing services that you want to work with, you need to reach out to them by email. And I showed you guys before where to go to find a signing service list. It's notaryrotary.com. Sign up for a free account and look at their signing service list. Okay, and it will show you when they were listed and if they're still active, and then they also have star ratings, and their forum is really good too, because their forum talks about the different signing services and how it is working with them. Okay. Another site that also has a form that talks about the different signing services is Notary Cafe. Okay. And that's another directory, just like signing order and Notary Dash and SnapDocs. Those are like the big hitters, right? You want to sign up on those platforms because that's where the signing services are signed up with to look for notaries to service their customers. Okay. Sign up on there and reach out to the signing services. Okay. Unfortunately, you're not going to know what signing services are on what platforms unless they have the sign up that goes directly to the platform. Like there are some signing services when you sign up for them, it goes right to signing order to have you connect your account or share your account information. So you will know that they're listed on signing order. But a lot of the other ones may have their own private form that they have you fill out, and you won't know what platform they're using. So, oh, excuse me. So after you fill out your information to work with them, send them an email. Introduce yourself. Hold on, let me finish typing this information into the comments for you guys. Okay, so let me share this. NotaryRotary.com. All right, that's where you want to sign up for a free account and be able to access their signing service list. They also have a notary forum on there where people are discussing their experiences with working with different signing services and companies. Notary Cafe, same thing. They have the notary forum where you can look and see what people are talking about the notary industry. The notary directories right here, signing order, SnapDocs, and Notary Dash. That's where the signing services are using to find notaries around the world to service clients and the different areas they may get an appointment request for. And I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to say. Um, I forgot. I forgot what else I was going to mention to you guys. But if you're taking courses, okay, don't just stop there. Your job next, or your next step, is to get out there so that you can use what you learned. Okay, because when you get out there in the real world, no matter what you've learned in these courses that people have created, even myself, the real life experience is going to be totally different. And if you have the skill, at least you'll be able to apply it. Like, I know for me, I'm more of a hands-on person. So when I learn a skill, I'm ready to go ahead and apply it to real life situations because you really don't know until you have that experience. Okay. And that's what people are looking for. So, another thing, when you get out here and you are getting the notifications and you're looking at what they're paying, take the pay, get the experience within reason. I always tell people if they send you a $50 signing and it's 2 hours away, I personally wouldn't do it. I don't want to drive 2 hours for $50, but I will drive 30 minutes for $50. You know, if it's something you've never done before and they decide to give you the opportunity, do it. Because let me tell you, when people see a notification come through and they're like, it's $50, I'm not going to take it, you probably weren't going to get it anyway. You don't have any experience. Even if you do click accept, you're not going to get it because you don't have experience. The only way you would get that $50 signing that you're scrunching your nose up at is if they have no one else who wants to take it. And if they give you the chance, do it. Get the experience. The more you do work for them, the more you can negotiate the fee. So let's just say they send you something for $50 and you're like, you know what? I've done this signing with you before and I think it's worth $80. You can counter. And if they were happy with the work that you did and no one else is picking it up, they will give you the $80. It happens to me all the time. You know, I can counter and I'll get it. Why? Because they've worked with me before. They know that I can get the job done and they're happy with what I do. But if nobody's ever worked with you, you do not have any pool to negotiate. You're negotiating and you have zero signings under your belt. Zero. Okay. You want to get some work under your belt. General notary, loan signings, on-site inspections or field inspections, something. You want to get something up under your belt, because I tell you, if you're sitting there waiting for this magic number that everybody is saying that you should take, you're going to be waiting a very long time. You are. And if you're trying to get out here and build your business, you got to build it from the ground up. Okay. You're not going to become a signing agent or a notary and start making $150 right off the gate. You got to build up to it. Okay. And I'm telling you this from experience. I've been doing this, it'll be 4 years in July. And I will tell you, my first year was tough. The first 12 months was really tough. But once I hit that 13th month, I had all the experience I needed. I had the negotiating credentials because I had the work under my belt. And the thing I like about SnapDocs, so I share with you guys these 3 platforms, right? With SnapDocs, you can put in all of your signings so they can see that you have done some work. Okay. With Signing Order and Notary Dash, you can't input any manual work that you've done. But at least with SnapDocs, you can go in there and you can manually add notary appointments that you've done. Okay. Put in the information. That way they can see that you've done some work, and they'll be more willing to work with you as opposed to seeing nothing at all. All right. So that can play in your favor too. Definitely use that as an option. Um, let's see. I'm just looking at my topics here to make sure I covered everything with you guys. And I think so. I have. So, if you guys have any questions, okay, about anything that I talked about, or if you do want to go ahead and share your real life experiences with me, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. I will reply, I promise. And I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank you guys so much for joining and tuning in with me. I appreciate you all. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, share the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss when I go live. All right. You guys have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you guys again on Sunday. Bye.